Blum occupies some of the land. It is, when I was there, I asked my madricha, show me Naami, and she's pointed to a hill out in the fields.
So why do you think the founders, was that the first camp, by the way, in LA?
No.
It was not.
I'll look at that. All right,
It was a rented camp starting in 1936, and Nami was bought 39, 40, 41.
The name, what was the original name? Camp Kvutza?
Every Haburim camp was called Camp Kvutza originally, and then they changed names.
Right.
Why? Who came up with it? I don't know.
You guys,
But Blum was already founded in something like 1930s.
All right. Do you guys know
that's
what
why we've gotten related.
Okay. Kvutza means
Elected.
So it's called group camp.
Well, Kvutza actually at the time meant a specific small kibbutz. There was a division between a kibbutz, which was big,
Right.
Yeah.
like 400
Right.
people and 500 people, and a Kvutza that had 20, 50 or
The
something.
Ganya was a Kvutza.
Okay. And do we know where the name Naame came from, or who chose it?
I don't know who chose. That's where it comes from. It's a village.
Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. So,
Mathis, I have a funny personal anecdote.
please.
The first year I went to camp was in '59, and it was Tsunami.
Wait, this is
And-
1959.
1959, not 1859. And I knew I was going to Habunim camp, and I get on the bus, and they're all singing songs about Nami and Camp Kvutza. And I went over to the madrich and I said, I think I'm on the wrong bus. But it was the right bus.
Yeah, very good. So I guess you're the senior person here. What's your first memory of?
Let me give you a little background. I'm
Yeah.
the youngest of 5 children. My sister, who was the oldest, and next brother down were members of Habunim when we all lived in Boyle Heights,
Oh, I was born
east side of
there.
LA.
So guys, Boyle Heights is on the other side of downtown. Right? to the
Right.
east.
That was the primary Jewish community until after World War II, when people moved to Fairfax, and even some moved, God help them, to the valley.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
I remember that the original Habonim office that was on Soda Street. Then there was a little building on Vermont Avenue in LA near perhaps Melrose, or that was and that's where I went to camp first time. My next brother Ed
In
was very,
town? The camp was in town?
no, it was the
That's where the bus
building,
picked up.
Habonim building.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it was, that's where we left from, where the truck left from.
Right.
My brother Ed was very active in Habonim. He actually went on Hakshara at one point, which is the preparation for making Aliyah. He is now a firm anti-Zionist. So he's kind of a radical, no matter what he does. And we went on that. My parents couldn't afford to send me. My father was totally against it. My brother actually worked out something so I could go up to the camp, and that's where I got my name. Up until he introduced me to camp as Bernie, everybody in the world called me Bernard. Okay. It was barren. It was Saugus was at that time was in a little community called Green Valley. I don't know how green it was. There was a little mountain right across the street. Somebody has pictures of it. It looks exactly like founding a kibbutz in 1938.
Can you describe where it is?
The Habonim tents, all tents.
Where was it? Where exactly? Now, did you got in your car in LA? You drove north,
Yeah, you go north towards Palmdale.
past the valley, and up towards the high
Right,
desert.
right. Yeah, Palmdale.
It's in Antelope Valley.
Very
So
high.
that was my first experience. I believe the Shaliach was, I believe it was Akiva Ziv, who was Kenny Finkelstein from LA Habonim, who had made Aliyah after 48, I believe, to Gesher Haziv. And he named himself after. And Kenny Finkelstein, and then it was, there were nowhere, it was nothing compared to this. It was the high desert, essentially. It was very barren, very Israeli looking,
So tents were like
very actually Gilboa looking.
right. So the tents were